welcome to episode 2 of Reese's Random Reviews. I am Reese and I'm about to give you a random review. Okay, has anyone heard of AI, artificial intelligence? No, I'm not actually talking about the actual robot. I'm talking about this film right here, directed by Steven Spielberg. AI, artificial intelligence. If you haven't heard of this film, don't panic. It's been around for about 14 years or so, but it is a very unique, incredible film. A film that I've actually got a very interesting history with, and itself has very interesting history. Now, despite being directed by Steven Spielberg, it was actually Stanley Kubrick that came up with the film. Here's the whole story. Stanley Kubrick wanted to make a story based off a book by Brian Aldiss called The Toys That Last All Summer, or The Super Toys That Last All Summer. It was something around that title. But Stanley Kubrick was so intrigued to make this film because it was like a robot version of Pinocchio about a boy who wanted to become real, only he was a robot, not a wooden puppet. There's the difference. I mean, he made already some incredible films such as The Shining, Full Metal Jacket, 2001: Space Odyssey and Eyes Wide Shut. Those, of course, are my favourite films. Oh, and A Clockwork Orange. I can't forget A Clockwork Orange. Duh, stupid me. I need to slap myself in the face. There you go. That's my punishment for forgetting such an incredible film. So, after Stanley Kubrick made all those movies, his next film, of course, was to make AI, artificial intelligence, but he wanted to work with it with Steven Spielberg. However, Steven Spielberg was too busy making The Lost World Jurassic Park, so Stanley Kubrick decided to diss the project and move on to Eyes Wide Shut, which of course would be his last film, because sadly, after Eyes Wide Shut, Stanley Kubrick passed away. Steven Spielberg was contacted by Stanley Kubrick's widow, Christiane Kubrick, and his brother-in-law, Jane Harlin, to make AI, artificial intelligence. And it became one of Steven Spielberg's most ambitious projects ever, because Steven Spielberg was determined to make this film for his best friend, Stanley Kubrick. Good on you, Spielberg! So, after the film was released in 2001, it managed to gross $235 million, which is a good success, and also had positive reviews. So here's the question. Why is this film so underrated, and why has it somehow become like the least known Kubrick Steven Spielberg movie? I have no idea, but there's many reasons why. Many people think that Steven Spielberg ruined Stanley Kubrick's vision of the film, which I believe is bull. Okay? The film is not been ruined. Steven Spielberg tried his best to make this film as good as he could. He tried to make it very Stanley Kubrick-y, with the camera shots and the techno systems and the acting and the looks and the performances and the designs. I think Steven Spielberg literally followed 99.9% of Stanley Kubrick's vision. But there's one thing that the audience really dislike about AI, which of course is spoiler alert. So you haven't seen AI, I recommend you don't watch this YouTube video now, because here come the spoilers. Most people complain about the ending. I, for one, when I first did see AI, was very confused by this ending. I heard about the whole story about Stanley Kubrick making the film and Steven Spielberg taking over, and I knew that this definitely was not a Stanley Kubrick type of film when I first watched it. In fact, I didn't like AI when I first watched it. That's my history. I actually despised AI. I thought it was rubbish. I thought, Steven Spielberg, what have you done to Stanley Kubrick's work? But as I deeped more into research and dug deeper, like proper digging, as in like a dog was digging a bone up, I actually managed to find out that the ending of AI was actually Stanley Kubrick's vision, not Steven Spielberg's. So I do apologise, Steven, if you're watching this, if I might have got a bit criticised. But apparently everyone criticised Steven Spielberg. What I'm saying is, the bit where David is under the water looking for the blue fairy and the giant Ferris wheel comes and crushes David stuck under the ocean, all I can say is, that is how people think that Stanley ended it. And then the end credits go and then that's it. No. It goes forward 2,000 years later, and there we see David frozen with Teddy, and then he's into the future. And he spends his last day with his mother when he wanted to just win her love. And I think that ending was brilliant. If they ended it with David trapped in the water and, well, you know, then it was ending, that would have been a rubbish ending. I would have said, hang on a minute, what happened afterwards? Did his batteries just run out? Did he just stay in the water forever? No. I wasn't happy with that. I'm very glad they did that 2,000 year in the future thing, because at least David has a happier ending. He's with his mother, he lays with her forever in peace, and even Teddy's okay. That's right, before we had Ted, we had Teddy. Wonderful, lovely, very nice Teddy, who's kind of like the Jiminy Cricket of, AI, artificial intelligence, because he tells David not to do things, or basically he's always there to look after him. I also really love Jude Law's character. But going back to Teddy, do you imagine if Ted and Teddy actually had a conversation? Here's probably what it looked like.
What happened?
That's a weird fucking question.
We are in a cage.
Shit.
Oh god, that seems hilarious. I mean, I would love to have seen Teddy and Ted get together. Who knows, maybe in Ted 2, maybe there'll be a little Teddy joke from AI. You never know. You just never know. But anyway, as I was saying, I think AI Artificial Intelligence is a really, really great film. It's unique, it's very Stanley Kubrick. Yes, okay, Steven Spielberg did direct him, probably made some of his parts like his, but to be honest, these two directors collaborated together to make probably one of the best unique films I've ever seen. I absolutely love AI now, and it actually still does make me cry. Even when I first watched it, when I didn't like it, it still made me cry. But I just recommend it to people. It's so underrated. Why? It shouldn't be. Loads of people need to watch it. I mean, very sensitive people, I hope that you don't cry too much of it. But I do recommend it. It's great, it's unique, it's brilliant. Fans of Stanley Kubrick are going to love it. Fans of Steven Spielberg are going to love it. You're all going to love it, okay? Trust me, it's a very good film and worth the watch. I'm Reese Manigan, and I've just given you a random review.